nazalaki odolongima antolongange soki nazalaki tachila mwina soki nazalaki viki chenye soki nazalaki ametaka yoko bari ndengeye soki nazalaki gakorondele ali mofene Emmanuel Germain de Noble Nana Imboto Jeriki Mafuta Michou et Patricia Matonda Peuple Sylvie Boga Tony Kalieros Olivier Nomasi Jimmy Chadare Amadou Bongo Charles Okoto Gérard Ekoutou Thierry Zone le collector Papi Kamba L'homme poursuivi par le lion et l'homme poursuivi par le chien ne courent pas de la même façon. Commandant Jackie de Kawele DJ Frank Alain Loussoubaba Junior Kamando Hector Goutienne El Pirlo Nassé Vespa Gomez Nassé Mamama Nassé Diliston Nassé Algerou Central Nassé Sanchez Nassé Batata Nassé Inoel Ngoya Nassé Mama Rifana Londres Tuba Démocratie Valor d'Orchou Kajos Mafolo Kassim Liberté à bateau Didier Pereira Nassé Toutou Roba Nassé Tout le monde Nassé Aimé Salon Surtout Nassé
Mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bon après-midi, bonsoir de bienvenue. Nous sommes tous Sud-Africains et multinationaux. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to say a big welcome to another exciting edition of the program Ashford, Garley Live on this beautiful Thursday night as we come to you from Detroit, Michigan. Oh man, let's play football. It feels great to be back home. Oh man. My VIPers, are you ready for the night? My special and hard-working patrons, are you ready for the night? And tonight is, in fact, a very special edition of the program, Ashford Garley Live, where the 15 political subdivisions will go against societal ills. And this is something that you don't want to miss. We've got lots of goodies in store for you tonight. Madam Mia Takfola, Lexi Brooks Rabbit, she said, you know, excuse, let me get my seat. The guy black matches on here. Oh man. Madam Susan Andrews, Celia Adjuvan, Nixon Nimley, T. Dawkins Richards. Now listen, you can't be selfish tonight. I'm not going to keep reminding you. You have to invite others. Don't just enjoy the game by yourselves, okay? Invite other folks so that we can all together have a blast tonight. Grab something to drink. Make sure your popcorn is popping. You know what I mean? And Penn is already in the building. And Silla Ashford is in. Mommy Girl, Joanne Clarksville. You better come take your seat.
Nana Imboto, Yeriki Mafuta, Missouri, Patricia Matonda.
I'm on the radio. I'll call you back and show this.
Sylvie Boga, Tony Calieros, Olivier Nomasi, Jimmy Shadare, Amadou
Beer card year.
Charles Coto, Gérard Couture.
Folks, I'm telling you,
Thierry Zone le collector.
we have the 15 counties tonight going against societal ills. And this is something that you don't want to miss. And one of the things I love about sports, to bring people together. Despite the political divide, when you have sports, people come together. And that's what we begin to see now. And that's a good thing. It's something healthy for Liberia, because things have been very awkward over the last several weeks, months, days. But with the coming in of the county meet, people are beginning to come together. Unity is what we need. And great leadership is also what we need. Samuka Kunin, Doris Jopo. Top of the evening, sir. All right. Familia King. Where is Howard Mesker? Lopo Zika. Mrs. Garley is in the building. Listen, I'm going to talk some things tonight. You know, my morning get break, right? Some things are going on within the community that is not fair. I'm going to speak tonight. And I don't give a damn how you feel and how you don't feel. Because you know what? At the end of the day, there's no politician paying my bills. I am working for the Liberian people. And just because of you, I'm here. You get ready, you go to the Cash App and chip out a little something just to keep us on the radio and to keep our local correspondents working as well. We are here because of you. And if we see something that is not right, we ought to talk about it. I am not going to miss my words tonight. This nonsense has got to stop. Invite a few friends. Get ready as we prepare for this all-political soccer game between the 15 political subdivisions as they represent Liberia and societal ills. Mr. Sampi Pro, Edwin Tracy Gordon, welcome to the show.
Antonio Suarez,
Romeo S.K. Nabil Junior, Lex Mulbach Jala. I say Agnes Bestman is already in the building, huh? So very shortly, we're going to play the national anthem for both countries. There's Liberia. Liberia has been represented by the 15 political subdivisions, that is the 15 counties. We will also bring you statistics of the kind of bad things that go on in the entire country. I think you ought to know about them. This is just not fair. In this day and age, in the 21st century, for these kinds of bad things to be going on in our country, and we call ourselves civilized people. Liberia needs serious help.
Sylvie Boga, Tony Calieros, Olivier Nomasi, Jimmy Chadare, Amadou Ngongo, Charles Okoto, Gérard Ekoutou, Thierry Zone le collector, Papi Kamba. L'homme poursuivi par le lion et l'homme poursuivi par le chien ne courent pas de la même façon. Commandant
I want to first take this time to say a big thanks to our supporters and sponsors, those who took time out to visit the Cash App and say, you know what, this gentleman is doing something good for the country, and we want to just chip in to keep the radio station going, to have the local producers in Liberia with some scratch cards and the internet going as well. Mr. James Eric Nashville, want to say a big thank you to you. And we also love to say a big thanks to Dr. Mariah Seaton of the state of Illinois. I want to say a big thank you to you for your contribution towards the radio station as well. Mr. Darlin Wagwood, I want to say a big thanks to you for what you've done and continue to do for the radio station. Our big sister, our lovely big sister from the state of Rhode Island, Ann Penn, she's also in the building. And she takes her own time to say, you know what, this deserves my contribution. I want to say a big thanks to you as well. Mr. Lama Shepherd, we also like to say a big thanks to you for what you've done and continue to do from day one. Even when we were off the air, you see, my man, when are you bringing the football game back in the radio? You know, I want to say a big thanks to you, Lyman. Jerome Jaye, want to say a big thanks to you as well. Thanks for what you've done. Also, Patience Choir is in the building. A big thanks to you, my lovely sister. Mr. Oluju Greer, want to say a big thanks to you as well. Maddie Rogers, Maddie Power Rogers, Edna Yates, our big sister Beatrice Smith, and the rest of our people who started this journey with us, the Hawa Meshga, the Celia Ajivon, and Agnes Bestman, Licks, and the rest of the people. You know, we just want to continue to say the big thanks to you, because we won't be here without you. You know, there were times where we had nobody watching, but you took time out to join us on the podcast. And I'm telling you, we're also live now because of you. We got motivated, and now we have 40,000 people watching us on the internet all over the world. You have people in Dubai, people in Iraq, people in Egypt, people in North and South Korea, you know what I mean, and Ukraine, you name it, London, France, Indonesia, Morocco. People are watching from all over, and it's just because of you, because you inspired us. You said, you know what, you did it before, you can always do it, and it is because of you we're here to entertain our people and educate them as well. There's a lot of things going on that you don't know about, and it is our responsibility to let you know what's going on in our motherland, Liberia, and other parts of Africa. In the meantime, folks, very shortly, as soon as we get signal from the officials, we are going to in fact start the national anthem. At the same time, bringing the lineups for both countries. But in the meantime, we want to go around the field, Stadium Wing, around VIP, and there are some interesting things going on around the field, and we ought to know about them. You know, as of next week, Lady Brooks Roberts will in fact take over the comments. You know, because she likes to sit around the field where she can see everybody. You know, commenting, people who selling. Kiss me, people who selling pepper collar, people who are selling the GB, cassava leaf and rice and whole naya. So and want to applaud her for the initiative in helping to read the comment. I know back then Judy Ramo wanted to read a comment. We have no qualms with Judy Ramo reading the comment, but she's part of the CDC. Classic D also wanted to read a comment, but he's part of the CDC as well. We need somebody neutral. So the fact that Lexi Brooks Roberts is neutral, we were, for the opportunity to read a comment for us, Bella, Mr. Joe Junior is also on the air, and folks, I'm telling you, we also see the Evelyn Sierra, V. Sandy, I see my lovely in-law, Angeline Braid B. Parrott is also on here tonight. I see Mr. Emmanuel Clifton, Helen Nolan, and I see the godfather himself, William K. Glaze Sr. He's on time for the first time tonight, so that's a good thing. All right. We also see Beatrice Needle Smith is also on here tonight. And folks, again, we're just about to give you the national anthem for both countries. After that, we'll bring you the lineup. Then we can start this all-important political stuff again between the countries of Liberia and societal ills. There are some things going on in your counties that you need to know about. People are not telling you these things. They're giving you things that you want to know and want to hear about. But going deep down in the county, if things are tough in Monrovia, Montserrado, think about Lofa. Think about Bapolo. Think about Grand Gita. Think about Bassa. Think about Riverside, River G, Cape Mount. Think about those counties. And you will be shocked at some of the things we're going to reveal tonight. And don't just hear this by yourself. You need to invite somebody. Please share the video, because this program is for all of us. It's not for just one person. Because with 129 people watching right now, if you were to share the video, each of you, you would triple the numbers. And I want you to please do that. Okay. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take a look at, take a listen to the national anthem from the Strangers. And the Strangers happen to be societal ills.
Nuts. Let the people that share that more. When I tell you what you say, the call, and you see that get living up, that's how because you not get no truck. Telling people how she had enough. All the log asking more. All the thoughts of the force of the critics. The only thing we see that wretched, they just talking how the China plate. Then I walk in and love you were bringing for 20 to 50 for iron. So to be that can even go pepper soup. The gas fire way and money coat. What?
And guess what? I saw her on the field today at the SKD Sports Complex, the lady that produced this song. So at this time now, we want to play the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. And you know, Liberia has been represented now by the 15 political subdivisions.
Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, both away, both away, both away, hoorah, 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 I am a dog,
And that's the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. Folks, I know you are all set now, but we want to take a trip to Liberia, where our local correspondent is standing by, Mr. Habiba Clinton. Mr. Clinton, good morning from your end, good evening from our end, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Ashford, and good evening, everyone in the diaspora.
Well, and ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are joining the program for the first time, this is Habiba Clinton. This is a man who should have been in bed at about 1 a.m. in Monrovia, but he takes time out every now and then to come on to inform our folks here in the diaspora. And for him to be on, he needs some type of connectivity in terms of the internet. And with your help, we are able to do that for him. Mr. Clinton, bring us up to speed. What is going on in Liberia as you speak now?
Let me just quickly run you before the march can get started. The executive mansion did release an information pertaining every presidential appointees and those who work in the civil saving agency, specifically covering where the code of conduct is covering. The president had mentioned that those that intending to contest the 2020 senatorial election should immediately send in their resignation in 30 days to avoid embarrassment. I think you can remember 2017, there was some violations of the code of conduct covering officials of government who are occupying senior seats of the government. Of course, that you're not supposed to be working for the government while you are contesting. If you are appointees, I'm not talking about elected officials. So that's the latest news. And the PLC did accept the request of inducted former President's son, Charles Sali, to go for medical leave. He have been, in his defense, the defense lawyer have been advocating for that at criminal proceed to have him leave the country to go for medical checkup because his health is not to improve. Criminal proceed George Nessie Seman has said that they can only provide him suboring, specifically to India, not other area. And I think you can remember that inducted Charles Sali was inducted a few months ago with 4 other persons and charged them with criminal conspiracy and money laundering. So for now, that's the latest thing. But what really is a surprise thing, many people are very impressed of is that since the campaign meet, there have been some, pace, a very low pace in the politics of this country. People are not being too paying attention to politics. We have been observing that people from the opposition bloc and even those who working in government are all, peaceful, jovially, especially when they have gone to the complex to witness some of the games, see them laughing, the president laughing with other people. It shows signs of peace, but we hope that the candidate will not just come and sweep all up, and it should be peace to continue, exist among the people, in as much as football is a unifier. So for now, that's why we see, if you listen to Vera radio stations, people are highly concerned with the Vera games, especially for yesterday, from your side now. And you'll find out that, people are peaceful, people are joyous, So let's wait and see after the candidate meet, what will be the next step, and whether this peace will continue to be smoked by the oppositions and also the people of the government. And that would be a signifying means of what to having a strengthening democracy, Ashford.
Now, what do we also know about the German national that was killed in Grand Bassa County by unknown gunmen? What do you know so far in terms of following up the story?
The Liberian National Police and the robbery team are immediately, carry on the investigation as I'm speaking. They identify based on solicitations of views. They found out that some of those who were on the scene before the incident, who was some of those securities, did mention that they observed that the 18 armed robbers entered the fence of the ICC, that's the International Constant Company, that night, and they went there in demand of money because they listened or had the information that there was money that had come for the company. So that's how this manager became to suffer and from the presence of those robbers. And based on the requisition, there was no money given them. So it led to the shooting of the logging company manager. As we speak it now, they are giving assurance that the investigation keep going on, and they will make sure that people who are being involved will be booked in a short distance future.
Is this government worry that this does not look good for potential investment or potential investors that are in fact thinking about coming to Liberia in terms of investment purposes? Are they worried about that? Do they see that as a problem?
Of course. From the statement released on the executive mansion a day ago, the president, His Excellency George Mano extended condolences and also shows of concern that admittingly that this is very scary and it also have to low pace the trooping of investors. So they will do everything they can to see how best they can amicably bring this to a halt, and they hope that they're going to put in the future mechanism so that those things should not be a future embarrassment time to come. So realistically speaking, government is kind of so constrained.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the voice of our local correspondent from Dupero, Liberia, representing Bridge Radio Africa, Mr. Habiba Clinton. We will talk to you at the half, but at this time, right now, we want to introduce the officials, bring the lineups for both countries, then we can begin the political soccer game. Thank you so much for your info. I see Ms. Vidal Campbell. He get us in the building. Mr. Charles Crawford. It's been a long time. My brother house, Liberia. I also see Mrs. Rachel W. Passwell from Australia. Mr. Othello Grispit is in the building. And folks, I'd like to say a big welcome to you. I can see the names of everybody from this end. Don't think I'm doing this on purpose, because from where I sit from the ELWSI facing Central Moravia, I can't see everybody. Mr. Jesse Fangon, he's the real Fangon, not the other piece of trash. So he's here as well. Eric Solonta is also here. I see Mr. Edwin Kuyi, and I also see the Vida Donald. Vida, how you doing? The elder, James C. Bly, is in the building tonight, folks. I'm telling you, late. Molba Jara is also here. Nabat Masakwo and Josephine Hammond. My sister that go way back with them. And Agnes Besman, thanks for posting the Cash App number. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, let us now introduce the officials to you and bring you the lineups for both countries. Lounge band number 1 is the Senate. Lounge band number 2 is the House of Representatives. Come on, bro. The chief referee is the Supreme Court of Liberia. Match commissioner is the U.S. Embassy. While the chief commentator is the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than the lion. That's why they call him the giant. That now you know me, Garley. I'm Ashford Garley, folks. I am the chief commentator tonight. Let us go to the strangers. We have My Time to Steal, Retaliation, Abuse of Power, Selected Justice. Oh man, they got some interesting players here tonight. Selected Justice is one of the players. Then we also have Sex for Passing Grades, Insecurity, aka Border Wide Open. Then we have Unemployment, Hard Time, Nepotism, Tribalism, False Promises, Boyo, Witch Hunt, Bribery, Wasteful Spending. We also have Human Rights Abuse, Lies, Dictatorship, Statutory Rape, Corruption. And then representing Liberia, the 15 political subdivisions, the 15 counties of Liberia: Bombay, Bonk, Grand Jira, Grand Crew, Lofa County, Makibi, Sino, Grand Cape County, Grand Bassa County, Monserrato, Nima, Maryland, Bakwolu, River G, and River Sess. Are you ready, folks? Oh, man. And again, if this is your first time joining the show, please follow us, like our page, invite more friends as we all together bring you the political soccer game tonight. Let's play football. The ball is now in the middle of the field. The ball comes to bomb counter. Bomb counter base one position to turn bomb counter to bombing. Bombing to Grand Gita counter onto Grand Crew. Grand Crew looks around to Lofa counter. Lofa to Magidi to Sano to Grand Kip counter. The ball comes to Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa to Monserrato. Grand Monserrato looks around to Nima counter. Nima counter to Neuroland on the back willow. The ball comes to River says back to River G. River G to Sano to Lofa. Lofa to Grand Crew. Grand Crew to Mirrorland. Mirrorland to Nima. And the way I see Nima and Grand Crew looking at each other, so it will not be easy to know. Back to the field of play, the ball comes to Grand Gita. Grand Gita loses the ball to Stephen Touré. Stephen Touré to digital shit. Digital shit to lies. Lies to Himo. Himo writes abuse onto wishful spending. Wishful spending to bribery. Bribery to witch hunt. Witch hunt to Boyo. Boyo to false promises. The ball comes to tribalism. Tribalism to nepotism. Nepotism to hard time. You know, one of the players that nepotism or tribalism doesn't like to see is Grand Crew. I don't know why tribalism doesn't like to see Grand Crew. And the reason why tribalism doesn't like to see Grand Crew is because you have a president who was given the mandate to lead the entire nation of 4.5 million people. But he decided on his own to build over 300 homes in Grand Crew, Southtown. You have 15 political subdivisions. I think you are a tribalist. You can't do that. When you play soccer and made a lot of money on your own, you never build a zinc shop in your county. You became president, you are building over 300 homes in one county alone. This is just not so fair. And folks, you can talk about, oh, we hate this president, but you do the man. This man played professional soccer. He became world's best. He became Africa's best, FIFA best, European best. All the accolades. He squandered his money because of mental instability. He regained his wealth at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. And he decided that he was going to build over 300 homes in just one country, the country that he's from. What about Bakodu? What about Grand Bassa, Nima, Grand Gita, Monserrato? And don't you see the man loves Liberia? No, he loves himself. And he loves Grand Crew, he loves Southtown. This country is for all of us. It's not just for one county. Come on now. I can see if you took your own money to build these homes. But the Liberian people money, the taxpayers' money, use that to build what 300 homes. And you think we're joking? Last time we told you that this man is up for something. He will do everything he has to do in his power to make sure that Grand Crew wins the championship. And to my brothers and sisters from Nima, I know you are proud people. Don't sit there. Don't be tempered with small money. For the man to begin his tour from Grand Crew to say, I'm going to dedicate over 300 homes to the people of Southtown. I mean, do the math, man. People are not stupid now, man. Jeez. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Grand Gita. Grand Gita looks around to bomb to bomb in. Bomb into Lofa to Magibi to Sando onto Grand Kip County. Grand Kip County to Grand Bassa. Bassa back to Grand Gita. Grand Gita loses the ball to false promises to Boyo. Boyo to hard time onto unemployment. The ball comes to sex. Sex for passing grades. Sex for passing grades to statutory rape. Let me tell you about statutory rape. And we have some stocks here. Something that will make your skin to crumble. And this is just not fair for Liberia. It's just not fair for the poor people of Liberia. And listen to this here. Just between January and March of last year, Folks, between 0 to 5 years, 44 people were raped. Between 6 to 12 years, 185 people were raped. Between 13 to 17 years, 376 people were raped. Between 18 to 25 years, 94 people were raped. 25 years, 98 people were raped. 6 people were raped and their ages were not known. And let me break it down by counties. Montserrat County alone, between January and March, 630 people. Grand Judah, 41 people. Nima, 26. Bong, 22. Magibi, 19. Sano County, 17. Grand Bassa, 12. Grand Crew, 10. Maryland, 9. Grand Cape Mom, 5. Lofa, 4. Riverside, 3. Bapolu, 3. Bomi, 1. River G, 1. This is Liberia. They were just between January and March of 2019. Raping our little brothers, little sisters, and nothing can come out of it. And this is a place what we call country. And some of you people want to sit down and think that all is well. When we talk about sex for passing grades, leave Montserrat alone. Go up interior. You have teachers who are teaching, and the students are sex slaves to them. For you to pass, you will sleep with the teacher. And guess what? In sleeping with the teacher, you get pregnant, you bring baby. This just didn't start on George Weah's administration. This is the norm in Liberia. Now you wonder why things can't go well for our country. I mean, what did these people do to deserve this? You tell me. You do the math. You tell me. This one is from Gender Ministry. Gender Ministry themselves. Give me all this. 630 people raped in Montserrat just between January and March. 41 in Grand Judah, 26 in Nima, 22 in Bong, 19 in Magibi, 17 in Sino, Grand Bassa 12, Grand Crew 10, Maryland 9, Grand Cape Mount 5, Lofa 4, Riverside 3, Bapolu 3, Bomi 1, River G 1. My people, and look at the age range. Look at the age range. Look at the kind of thing. A child between 0 to 5 years old, 44 of them, you tamper with. I mean, what kind of human being are you? Where on earth can you find this? Between 6 to 12 years old, 185. Between 13 to 17 years, 376. Between 18 to 25, 94. 25 years, 98. This is a very sick country that has sick people. And look in the House of Representatives. And the reason why I told you I would say some things here tonight that you might not like is I don't give a damn about the tribe business. You can come from the same tribe like me, but when you do something wrong, you need to be exposed. Mariah Willie is from Grand Judah County, Kunamo District. This man hired a driver. The man that was driving for him, He saw the man, 11 years old niece, raped her, impregnated her. When the news broke out, guess what he did? They flew the girl to Ghana just to cover that case. Up to now, we don't know the whereabouts of this young lady. Thankfully, he didn't even attempt to go for re-elections. This is the kind of thing that go on in our country. Because the person is related to you, when they do wrong, you say, don't talk about it. And the fact that you tell me don't talk about it, that alone will just piss me off. There's a guy called V.O. Salif. V.O. Salif was a deputy minister of health. This man is married to one of the most beautiful women ever. And as I speak, his wife just joined the program. She's watching right now. This man allegedly raped his wife's sister's daughter, who was 11 years old. But they swept the case under the rug. By that I mean, he was arrested, sent to jail. Nobody knew how they took him out of the jail, and today he's out of the country. When something happens in your against you, you want people to talk about it. But when it happens to other people, you want them to. No, when something happens in your favor, you want them to keep quiet. When it happens to other people, you want them to talk about it. And when I said the thing last night, my wife told me, say, oh, that man I was causing or leaving alone. She can divorce me if she wants. For the country to change, we have to be fair to everybody. Yeah, V.O. Salif wife here on the podcast tonight. Her husband allegedly raped her sister's daughter, 11 years old. They swept that thing under the rug. The people got involved. He went to jail. Nobody know how he left the country. Nobody know how the boy Molu said he left the country. Yeah, his wife is Fatima Sharif. She's right here right now watching us. She's the former wife of A.B. Kroman. So her friend then asked her, I said, why you see behind the Auckland man, you go leave A.B. Kroman? She said, the Auckland man are married, the thing he get on him, they're not small thing. So the thing he got on him, which is not small thing, that the thing he used on your niece. And today your niece is damaged. Fatou Sharif, today your niece is damaged because your husband allegedly raped your niece, your 11 years old niece. And today your husband was in jail. For some reason, he broke jail and he's out of the country. So if this country should move forward, things that we are hiding, we have to expose them for the country to move forward. My wife told me last night, she said, hey man, that we're cursing. Don't talk about it. Oh, so when I'm talking about the thing George we are doing, when I'm talking about the thing that other people are doing, it's okay. But when you're ready to do something, we should keep quiet. That's how you want Liberia to operate? Is that how you want Liberia to operate? You're 50 years old. You're 52 years old. What kind of conversation you and 11-year-old child got? Then your wife breaking around say the thing I honor you, not a small thing. But today, our 11-year-old child is destroyed. Who knows whether that child will have baby again? This is the country we have. There are a lot of things that go on in our country on a daily basis that we don't even know about. A lady complained a few months ago that her granddaughter was raped by multiple people. But today, it was swept under the rug. Because you know why? They bring some more money. They close these people's mouths. And you never hear about this anymore. The Joy Howard Theater you're talking about, people in my inbox telling me to leave Joy Howard Theater. Why should I leave Joy Howard Theater? Joy Howard Theater is a wicked woman. This is the woman that said it's time for us to eat. And he said we should leave these people. Odell Sherman, coming out of high school. Her future still ahead of her. She gets allegedly raped and killed. Mr. Giddings. Bishop Giddings, who happens to be a relative of Joy Howard Theater. Because of that, he's swept under the rug. Nobody should talk about it. When it happens to your family member, you keep quiet. When it happens to other people, you want people to scream loud. Until we can begin to nip it in the bud, to talk about these things, our country will not go anywhere. Cost this from me all you want. Liberia is the only country we have. I have a video I will play at halftime. You should see the corridor of JFK, the emergency room. See people lying down on floor, no bags. People are held hostage because they can't afford hospital bills. But the damn president continued to fly private jets. The experience of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. And he claims that he loves the country. When you say these things, people see you as enemy. This is not fair for Liberia. This is not fair for the people of Liberia. And those of you who claim to be in the opposition, those of you who claim to want to bring change to Liberia, put your house in order. Put your house in order, because we will be right here. So we can't join political party. We will be ready to expose you. Any day, anyhow, we will expose you. Your wicked deeds, your evil behavior, we will expose it. What will you be doing with a 2-year-old? They're not wickedness. You won't look for your juju. You can't go around your equal. Between 0 to 5 years old, you rape 44 kids. Amen. Amen. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Bommy Counter. Bommy Counter to Bomb. Bomb to Grand Jita. Grand Jita looks around to Grand Crew. Grand Crew looks around to Lofa County. Lofa comes to the Magibi. Magibi beats one, puts to the Timber. The ball comes to Sano. Sano to Grand Kidma County. Grand Kidma looks around to Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa to Monserrato. 12, 13-year-old girls are big girls now in Monserrato County. They go into nightclubs. When they come and say hello to you the wrong way, when you tell them, say you're not old enough for me to talk to, you can be my grandchild. Guess what? He tells you the thing I can do to you, your website can do it to you. All because of the useless government officials tampering with our little sisters, our little brothers. What good for John, good for Paul? This selected justice thing has got to stop. Look at Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who destroyed this country and gave the country to the boy called George Weah. The young lady that Charles Sirleaf is married to today, that young lady can pass for his granddaughter. Charles Sirleaf is in trouble today. But when he go to jail, the security allow him to sleep out at night and go home and have sex and bring him back in the morning. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, for reason best known to herself, sent Grand Gideons to jail for life. This boy never saw daylight for 9 years. George Weah came and released them. Today, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is telling the court that her son is not well. He needs to go for medical checkup. And our stupid judicial system
Mama Rifana.
is allowing Charles Selly to leave the country today to go to India for medical treatment.
Démocratie.
For Ellen Johnson Selly, 4 people in jail for 9 years. Some of them almost blind. They came out of jail, some of the women then pregnant.
Liberté à bateau.
But because she's Ellen Johnson Selly, and she helped you to come to power. So her son will be allowed to go to India for medical treatment. But our clown can't stay there and get blind. You're already blind anyway. But the thing you continue to do to Liberia, you will get your pay. Because God doesn't sleep. The boy comes to statutory rape. Statutory rape, the dictatorship. Dictatorship to lies. Lie to human rights abuse. Human rights abuse looks around, beats woman, puts it on the table. The boy comes to wasteful spending. Wasteful spending to bribery. Bribery looks around. You sleep with somebody, you damage their daughter, and you give the parents something to close their mouth. At the end of the day, that child is damaged for life. And you see why when some people have the opportunity to come to America, they pray that they come with the children. Because when you leave your 11-year-old child, your 12-year-old child, your 13, 14-year-old child, 9 out of 10, somebody might temper with your child just for carrying money. This is the kind of country we find ourselves in. The boy come to witch hunt to Boyo, Boyo to false promises. You're lucky when they have sex with your child. When you're lucky, you'll find the child. In the instant where you are not lucky, they kill that child and take body parts from that child for juju purposes, so that they can be powerful, so they can get more government positions. This is the country we have, and it's just so sad. Sometimes some of these things are not fun, that ain't jokes. This is real talk. Welcome to false promises on tribalism. Tribalism to nepotism. Nepotism to hard time. Because you're the person from the same tribe, and you're the person from a relative. You're part of the same society. The person does wrong, you want to sweep it under the rug. Look at Matthew Enoch today. Matthew Enoch died just like that. He has a young daughter that will live for the rest of her life without her dad. But when the people start going to his wife to ask the wife to talk about his wife, guess what? The wife is shying away. She doesn't want to talk to people. Look at that picture. What do you think happening to our country? You will temper with my child. And I don't want to know why my child will temper with. I will keep quiet because, amen, not talking the family way. Some of these people who are advocates for molestation, for child abuse, for sexual harassment, 9 out of 10 they have been tempered with. By relatives of theirs, by their own family members. But because of fear, they can't say anything. Then you see why most of the government officials can't live in America and other civilized countries? Because their butts will be in jail for statutory rape. What kind of conversation do you want to have now? What kind of conversation you can have with a 4-year-old? And be careful with those men that you will introduce your daughter to. And they will come and say, oh, I mean, your daughter is of age, oh. Be careful with them. Be very careful with them. I have a daughter that turns 31 years old tomorrow. I have a daughter that just turned 18 years old. Why would you be looking for the time and say, my man, I like your daughter? You can't follow your equal? What sense does this make? Then you are telling me to keep quiet because a relative of yours Rip and destroy somebody's future. Is that a Liberia that you want? This is not about George Weah anymore. It's about the wicked people we have in the House, the wicked people we have in the Senate that molest our little children every day, and they can't say anything about it. Look at Mariah Willie from Unamo District, my district. You hire a driver. The driver goes to pick you up every day and take you to work. You see the driver 11-year-old niece. You rape her, impregnate her. When the news broke out, you take her out of the country to Ghana. It's not only Mariah Willie. There are several other Liberian people that are doing this. And it's not fair for Liberia. It's not fair for the people of Liberia. You claim to love Liberia, and you are seeing these things and protecting them. You know how many mothers, because of poverty, you know how many fathers, because of poverty, can't say anything while they're raping their children in front of them. It has nothing to do with mental health. It's just wickedness to the core. And you will hate me all you want. Say all you want to say. But if we don't begin to expose these things, our country will continue to be in the direction she's in now. Look, River 6, River G, Makulu, Maryland, Nima, Montserrat, Grand Bassa, Grand Kidma, Sino. At least the young lady video said, JFK, go in Grand Bassa, go in Grand Jide. They will just see you and you instinctively become a sex slave. And fuck okay, they can't do about it. Who are you gonna call? You can't call anybody. Because they say, oh, one-armed man in a time is a giant. The man has a few dollars. For juju purposes, so you can be powerful. You can continue to be in government. You seen the video. 16, 17-year-old little girls. Oh, the man slept with me, he paid me. I charged him $150 Liberian dollars. That is not even 5 cents US dollar. You are destroying our kids' future. And this grandmother was crying. She said, I don't know if my child will ever have a child again. Or she would ever have a baby. Sometimes it's not just about the president, but look at the people who are in the House of Representatives. We complain about the Congo people. They came and destroy our country. Then we get to power. We do worse things than the Congo people. I know tonight's show is not going to be one of your favorite shows because I'm touching on toes tonight, and I'm touching on toes that are close to me. You are not going to like it. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to selected justice. Selected justice to nepotism. Nepotism to tribalism. Tribalism to hard time to unemployment. Unemployment to insecurity. The border is wide open. The Liberian border is wide open. People bringing in drugs. Because we have a president that is ordered by himself. He can't pay the border patrol officers. And these people have family members. They have to feed their family members. So if they don't take bribe, how will the family eat? So $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border, $15 to cross the border, $20 to cross the border. You got good for nothing opposition. They can't talk about the ills in society. They can't talk about the wicked things that are going on in our country. But all they want to do is to get in power. When George Weah leaves, when they come there, they will do worse things than George Weah. It's all about themselves. It has always been about themselves. They never loved this country. You think Joy Howard Taylor loves Liberia? No, she doesn't. She's crying today because they're not paying her. They're not paying her. But she was the same woman that said it is our time to eat. Your cousin getting because he's a cousin and he allegedly raped a young lady who just came out of high school on her way to college. Her future is way ahead of her. Raped her and killed her. But we're going to sweep it under the rug because you are happen to be a family member of somebody way up there. Is it a library you want? Is it a library you're proud of? In this day and age, we don't have safe drinking water. People drinking creek water. We drank creek water. It's just by the grace of God, some of us still here. The creek water that people drink. The water you use to flush will come up far cleaner than the water that people drink in this village. You call yourself a big girl. George, we are sleeping with you today just for a chicken change. And you think you're enjoying life now. You think George likes you or he loves you? George does not love Liberian women. That's why he left and married a foreigner. And that's why he gave contracts to foreigners. We have qualified Liberians in Liberia. Why George can't give those people contracts? You know why? So when you get a Liberian contract, when he gets more money, he'll be frisky. And you'll cause trouble. Why Ellen told him. That's why the road construction you're saying are in the hands of the Lebanese, the Fulani people, the Nigerians. We don't love ourselves. No, we don't love ourselves. You sat in the rain, you bought your own t-shirts, you voted for George Weah. George Weah is talking about tough times don't last, tough people do. You came to the office of the presidency stealing. You came to the office of the presidency flying private jet. You don't have a $15 machine in JFK to save the lives of people who suffer kidney problems. Listen to the young lady tonight. Things that you saw at JFK. No score to either side. No score to Liberia. No score to societal ill, folks. And that's how we come to the end of the first half. Stay tuned for the second and final half. Let us now go to our local correspondent in Liberia, Mr. Habiba Clinton. Then we'll come back and play our sister voice who was just at the JFK Medical Hospital. Habiba?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my brother. So I'm so angry right now. I don't want to talk now.
Like you just put it, one of the problems we are faced with presently is about these compromising rape issues. And I mean, we need to forget about the relationship we all built up. My uncle, my nephew, my this. When somebody has done wrong, that person needs to be penalized to deter them from doing what they are doing, which of course, it will be a very good pathway into fighting these rape issues in Liberia. It's a serious problem, and you said it all. And all of those Bureau counties, you go to Leeward counties, some of those things happen there. But realistically speaking, you will find out that people will sweeping under the collar because of relationship, because of big hands, and so we need to track all of these things. And sometimes wickedness is just about it. When you kind of reciprocate wickedness with just punishes the person, but you let them go or continue to build up issue. In as much as rape issue, people you don't go and investigate people, and when they are named as being attached to anything about rape, you grab them and jail them. Of course, we need to work on that, but the compromising of rape issue is rampant in Liberia. So we really need to do something about it.
Thank you. Let us take a listen to this young lady. She was at the JFK Medical Center.
Lying down, they are living, but they are already rotting. They are fighting for their lives. My people, the hospital is very, very polluted. I mean, you can smell the soul. You can smell people. You see HIV patients lying down all over. And I think some are already they have been abandoned by their family members. The hospital is very, very stink. The health system in this country is very poor. Government need to come. They need to set a particular budget. If you enter the hospital and see, what really depressed me right now, when I came, I saw people crying, and I asked, they told me a 4-year-old girl I just passed off because she mistakenly swallowed balloon while playing at home. And before her parents could rush her here, she was already pronounced dead by the people. My people, what kind of country we in so? What kind of country we in so? So because of poverty, one should just lie down and die? While other people are enjoying the resources of a country, people should be able to receive free and healthy medical care in this country. With all the resources we have in this country, I'm very, very disappointed, my people. Now I understand why the rich are always getting rich and the poor are getting poorer. Because of the way we treat one another. I'm here in the GFK compound. I was not allowed to take pictures because I couldn't withstand the movement. God, help us. People cannot lie down to take treatment because of lack of beds. People are sitting down, taking drip. You see people lying down in the ambulance. They cannot be. Oh God, what is happening to this country? What is happening to this country, my people? I really, really need to ask the question, government officials, the money you're taking to go out there and live good life, you are give to charity, you come to the hospital and help people in need. Some people cannot even leave the hospital because of lack of bills. They don't have the money. They cannot afford the money to pay bills. I saw people lying down. I asked the nurse, who the other person, they say, oh, people like that, they think they call AIDS. HIV? My people, the virus, I saw the other lady, I can only see her boom. The science student, the people are doing the medical thing, they say anatomy or something. I saw her, I said, I couldn't swallow my spit. I couldn't swallow my spit, my people. Imagine people lying down with African signs. They are lying down, they are living. You see, they're lying down, but then they are smelling. Some people are leaking water from their bodies. Oh God, what kind of country we in so? What kind of country we in so? Let us show love. At least hospital should be very clean. Let the people try to promote our healthcare system. The hospital is very filthy. So if you don't have money to go to an expensive hospital in the country, you won't be in an environment where you will lie down in peace. You see flies. You see the floor very wet, nasty. People fighting for their lives. While other people in private jet using the government money to do XYZ. I'm here in the JFK compound. I'm not a politician. Nobody shouldn't look at me and say I'm bringing politics. But I think the JFK redemption in other hospitals. You can go into a hospital, then there's no current. Other people are lying down. Some people need to go for surgery and things, but they need current. Oh, people buying injection, the injection needle to have themselves treated by the people. Oh God. What are we? Should I say is this place a country or what? Because if you have good health, you can go and buy 2 years normal activities. But if you don't have, you are sick, you are down with some sickness that you cannot even afford to get treated, malaria killing people, typhoid. No, I'm very, very broken. Yeah, I don't know what really carry me to another place where they keep their bodies, the mortuary. What I saw again, God, if you live to see the following day, you should say thank you. Not forgetting about the accident patients. People that have accident, they are lying down fighting for their lives. Some people are lying down on oxygen, breathing one. Some people are being abandoned by their family members. They are just lying down. You can be living, you lying down and flies all in your mouth. Oh God. Outside the compound, it looks so very, very, very decent. But inside the compound in sea. Inside the compound in sea. Enter the compound and see. God. First thing I will start with the hygiene. And the hospital be clean. The hospital can be filthy like that. How you expect the patient to get better? People who watching me out there, and I know you know what I'm talking is true. Enter the emergency room. You'll be outside. You'll be to the gate and start smelling a human being. You'll start smelling people. People living, rotting. Some people lying down. They are already dead. But you could see them, people trying to just get up, to just say, God, take me from here. Some people have they have treatable diseases, but because of the lack of money, the government need to pay attention. This government need to pay attention to the healthcare system. I'm so downhearted, especially the death of the 4-year-old girl that swallowed a balloon. That just that, and I witnessed it. Right now, her parents, everybody else are there crying. They're crying. We have lost one of our future generation, one of our future leader. I know how to say the thing here. I can speak the standard English. I can speak the Kolopa. I will just say it because I couldn't swallow my speech. Right now, I'm looking for someone sweet skin or something to just say the bad feelings in my mouth. But the message is that
Habiba, too hard to watch. And this is Liberia. The telephone line is open. It's 248-979-1718. And call us. I mean, if you just returned from Liberia, I'm pretty sure you visited the GSK hospital, you visited the EW hospital. This is what we have as a country. You know, but you have people coming to power. Just the little thing they can do it. You know, it's not about the big name or the big cool suit of the break-in that I'm into position. It takes one person to start the initiative, and others will follow. Okay, pick up the task and say, you know what, I am going to make sure that every time I travel, I will interact with people who are out there to see how best they can help us bring doctors, bring medical supplies. People can't afford to take care of. Do you know that people are held hostage today at GFK because they haven't paid the bills? And when they tell you, say, go to GFK to identify your family members in the mall, you see water dripping down everywhere. You can't even stand the scent. Habiba.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. The issue of GFK, that old traditional thing. I mean, from way back there, after the war, there have been, less attention paid to that hospital, and government is about what government coming and government going, and what you should be thinking about is about, in as much that the country, the government does not have the necessary fund to bring GFK
Habiba, hold that thought. I think we'll have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you called from.
Hello, my name is Mika. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Your name is what now? Say your name again, please.
My name is Mika. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Okay, go ahead and make your point. You're live on the radio.
Yeah, thank you for the show always, every day. Get blessed, God. And I can remember that particular girl when she was on live last day. I watched her live when she was going live last day with him a fence. I think when and I make him still after she started going, all of God came around, start telling her that you want to make life, or you want to preach politics. This place is not politics area. Get out of this place. They get there. I'm not in politics. I keep for visit, and what I saw that what I'm talking about. So why would you tell me say I'm talking about politics? I can remember that day I watched her life. You know, it's just crazy. Our people, God keeping them in Liberia, and we'll continue to pray for them so God will continue to help them. I know it's not easy. People die every day, but it's just crazy. When you listen to some of the things or you see it, you can just see bad. So thank you for the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The Nikat from Philadelphia. Go ahead, Habiba.
Yeah, like I was just saying, if there's no money to, make JFK as compared to other, nations' hospital, what the government should be thinking, or the direction they should be looking at, should be like, if you give this institution out to people that out there, they got other people who want to run this institution. As they run the institution, in as much that there will be a period of years that will be given to that institution, those are informed or maybe have taken the initiative to kind of help this nation. That's another way of helping the country, and a lot of people are seeing that direction. Let me just put in an example. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the hospital, like we were just discussing the other day, you were kind of like Lufa, a foreign hospital, totally, completely down. There's no support. So they are seeing the need that they should give this hospital out toward the government. That was a plan before doing the Ellis regime, to run the hospital, and for specific year, then the hospital can be given back to the institution it belongs to. So if people see in that direction, and I overheard that from the onset of this government that have been a plan on the way for people to come from the diaspora to take over the hospital. And when I heard that, I said, "Oh, that's going to be a very fine decision to be taken." But from all of a sudden, I saw the whole thing die down. Some of those things are attributed to self-aggrandizement, because sometimes they due to giving this material, or the government or senior officials of government will be demanding for specific or huge amount of money from that institution, and the money is not given, so they want to downplay the process. So I think those are some of the things that are happening.
Let us go back to the line. Hello, caller.
Hi, Ashford. How are you?
Good. Is this Miss Brooks Roberts?
Yes.
I thought so. Your voice getting hard. Yeah, go ahead.
My voice is saddened. I'm very disheartened. When we talk about this in the book, we are talking politics. How can you say it's not politics when the people that's supposed to do what they say they're going to do, don't do them? I mean, just listening to a lady's voice, we're not even watching a video. We're listening to her, and her voice is making me cry. Okay? In conjunction with the statistics you gave tonight, this is sad. I heard a gentleman that's a supporter of the president the other day say we don't give this president credit. We don't give this leadership credit. And all of the things that we say. He even posted of JFK. And I was like, okay, I guess it's improvement. Okay, so this is a misleading thing they're telling you because a doctor came from there and did brain surgery. That's all good. But when do you pass to get to the brain surgery? He probably, yes, he did what he had to do. But look at the little people dying. Flies on people, my people, man. Going home to sleep. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about the same old thing. People say, oh, y'all lead the Liberia politics. Y'all lead the people. What? How can we lead the people when our people are just dying? How do you treat somebody? No dignity in their life. Even if you're going to die with a humble beginning. So sit there and know you're dying and no one cares. Oh man, thank you, Mr. Garley. I'm sorry. Tonight is not my night. I don't think so.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. That's the voice of one of the regular callers. Our sister, Lightly Brooks Roberts, and our sister Howard Meshgard has a lot of things to talk about as well. I hope she can call the program and share with us what she went through when she had some experience in Liberia, especially for the murdering of her sister, and that surprised her, and she just memorialized her sister on the 27th of December. And she went through a lot of things too in Liberia, and along with several others. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the halftime show. The number to call is 248-979-1718. We want to bring back our man Habiba Clinton. And Habiba, today you saw the SKD Sports Complex teams. Lufa went against Grand Crew, and Nimba also went against Maryland. And now the Nimbayans and of course the folks from Grand Crew will go and battle in the grand final. What do you make of this so far, and what have you heard so far, or what are you still hearing in terms of the meeting of Grand Crew and Nimba?
In was our little bit siding. My country that I supported did not really go to the final. But let's just forget about that. I don't want to be self-centered. The game, what looking interesting in this game is about those who are being beating. They not go farther. They are amalgamating foes. To join and the opposite. I mean the opponents of the team that are going to be playing a Grand Crew. What I'm perceiving. Okay, I don't know why should that be. Why is it because Grand Crew is a surprising thing that Grand Crew is going for the final, or because of individual problem? I don't see all of the sharing crowd that I saw. People are not feeling so discouraged. They say have the amazing they give now. A lot of people have joined behind Nimba. Those who are not behind Nimba, they are not going to the side of Grand Crew. Then what? What's the problem? What is it leading to? So I was thinking in that way politically. Colleagues and I were just discussing. I said, well, maybe this issue here is about. I think our leader is really taking in the rightful direction. That everything that he is part of. Most often, the majority really are not going in that direction of him.
But
so
what do you also make of?
Really I was looking at.
What do you also miss? What do you also make of critics who are saying this lay as we get close to the finale? It has some type of presidential influence, and we heard what the last several days that. President Weah will do everything possible for Grand Crew to win because he wants to start off his counter tour from Grand Crew where he can begin to showcase the buildings from Southtown, and then he can walk his way up to several other counters as he begins his counter tour earlier next month. But before you answer, let me take this call. I think we'll have a call on the line. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Hi, my name is Hawa Metzger from Denver, Colorado.
Welcome to the show. Hey, Hawa.
Hey.
My sister, I know you have a lot on your plate. And first off, I want to say a big thanks to you for what you've done and continue to do in terms of your advocacy, in terms of speaking up for children, women's rights and all that kind of stuff. I think you went on to just you just began your show that comes on weekly on the 12th noon, I believe, and we want to say a big thanks to you in that regards, and we just want you to share with us. You heard this young lady. You heard about what what is going on in Liberia. And Liberia is not strange to you. I mean, you frequent Liberia all the time. I mean, you were just in Liberia not too long. So the microphone is all yours, and we're eager to hear it. Our listeners want to hear from you as well.
Thank you, Ashford. Thank you for having me on your platform. You know, sometimes we come on your platform, we use your platform. It's therapeutic for me when you do the football session and it's, you know, the joking thing with all the different names, some of them I never heard before. I use it purposely for me as, you know, as a therapy session for me to not even think about the issues in life, but to just laugh for a minute. So I think your show have opened an avenue to most of us to take our mind off Liberia for a while, which is not a bad thing, but to focus on just to smile, because some of us it takes a lot for us to smile. But let me just go ahead and speak. You know, sometimes it's like I just wrote there that I was gonna go to bed, but when something is part of you and you have to birth something, it becomes a passion that I don't care how you try to run away from it, you cannot run away from it. This is something that I have to do for Liberia, in Liberia, for people who are depending on me. No matter how exhausted I get, no matter how weary I get, I have to do it. I'm not even going to go to my sister. I'm going to go ahead and take the mind of my sister for a second, because I had the chance to go to Liberia, put the story in the paper, go on a radio station. But let me talk about Yata Kamara, the family member who could not speak English. A young girl in Liberia, her parents was not lettered like my mother, or like a victim sister like me who didn't go to school. And I had to sit there in Liberia, visited this girl's parents, but they showed me the house that Yata Kamara was building, a 29-year-old young woman. She used to go to Togo, Ghana, Nigeria, buy her goods and bring it in. She's a young woman. She went on a date with a guy who it didn't end up well. And Liberians called our victim a prostitute. But the reason why I let her forgive myself for a while, because there are people in Liberia, despite the people that don't even agree with us, they are depending on us to change their story. That's why I fight. Some of the people that we fight for, they will not even agree with us. But it's not about them. It's about tomorrow. That's why we fight, right? So when I met that Kamara's parent, not only I was burdened by her 9-year-old son, a little boy who could not even give me the eye contact. In this country, the job I do for a living, when a child cannot even look into your eyes, number one sign is a sign of brokenness, and a child that has been broken to the core and still wondering what happened to my mother. I met the Kamara parents along with my advocate, Emmanuel Maceto, and I sat there and I had no words, and the mother said, "You were the first person that came to see us, seeing this story broke." Our victims come from a Muslim family. Her parents went to bury her, and I convinced them, because of being coming from a Muslim background, we were able to connect with them, the importance of saving Yata's body to do an autopsy. And nothing happened. They damaged her body to the core. And that Kamara killer was a Nigerian guy working at the Palm Spring Hotel. And you know, it's so funny how Henry Costa went through the whole immigration process, which was amazing. Our immigration can see that they still have a system that works. But a killer murdered a Liberian girl, and he fled Liberia in the custody of the Liberian National Police. I still can't wrap my head around that. But guess what, Ashford? That Kamara parents packed up. They left from Liberia. I'm still in contact with them, and they told me they would never come back to Liberia because there's something happened to their child there, and nobody can tell them what happened. A girl that died in a popular hotel, Palm Springs Hotel, where our Liberian National Police were able to cover up a story because they got paid. And Liberians called our victim all kinds of names. But nobody knew Yata was going to school at night. Nobody knew she provided for her entire family from her business, not from prostitution. Nobody knew that a 29-year-old girl built a house in Liberia. There were some people that in their 50s don't even own properties in Liberia. But they degraded our victim on so many levels. But there's also a family called the Garley family, which I also met. Their daughter was taken from them because somebody said that somebody in their house were abusing the daughter. According to them, the father sat to me and hold my hand really tight and cried. And they took our victim's baby in the care of the gender ministry. And Joyce Garley died, and the parents never saw her body. So they were still asking. Every time I come online, the father knows that I'm online. He texts me, "Don't forget to mention Joyce Garley." There's a father who thinks about his child in the care of the gender ministry, and nothing happened. Then I'm going to go to the little girl in Nima County. But I was not able to reach the soccer player in Nima County. But I spoke to all the members of the family on the phone. A little girl selling Wheeler Market. Her body found in the evening, beheaded. Her mother cannot even write her own name. Those are people that I fight for. Because in America, I have the intellect and I fought for my sister and nothing happened. So imagine little in Nima County who cannot spell her name. Her daughter gets beheaded in Nima County, soccer player in Nima County, and nothing happened. Then I'm also going to go further into Bunk County. The little boy who was sodomized by a Freetown man, sodomized in Bunk County. The Freetown guy was able to escape from Liberia. The little boy is still broken in Bunk County. Then I'm going to go to the little boy in Grand Cape County that was sodomized, but nobody knows who sodomized him. The rumor saying that his uncle did it. He wear diapers. I've seen pictures of the child that I cannot even post on Facebook. Then I'm going to go to the 14-year-old girl from Tewa District that was violently raped. And now as we speak, there's still medical challenges today that I had to deal with today. Medical bills that I'm still fighting to see I can pay in reference to the woman that's hosting her in the clinic in Liberia. I thank them. But it's a case. And then when I think about my own sister, Jackie, went out that night, went to hang out with her friends. You know the clinic about Ashford in Liberia, where just situational people, right? Do you know none of my sister friends show up to her funeral? Another red flag. But my sister died in a place called Keba. When I went to Keba, and they had the houses I joined together. And I can imagine how long they said the body lay there in the sun. And no Liberian woman covered my mother's child. And she lay there. It's a pain that haunts me. And I will continue to haunt me for the rest of my life. And then I heard people saying, even the Musa Dean, a justice minister who went to school in America and got all the accolades, he made a comment to a Liberian and say that she came here to come show off and to come preach on radio, and her sister was a prostitute. But if I was a prostitute in America and I died, the law would work for me. Because the Constitution of America says, and the same thing reflects to Liberia, liberty and justice for all. My sister wasn't a prostitute. I don't know
but Hawaii, even though it was Mossadegh who was speaking, did you have the time to meet the gender minister? If so, what was the conversation like? Because she's a lady, she should be able to at least show some sign of concern for if a young lady was just killed.
I never met.
Did you speak to her somewhere or somehow?
Yeah, I never met with her personally, but when my sister died December 27, 2018, I got so many calls in my messengers, and people from all over were messaging me how we heard what happened, we're so sorry. So I got a message from a peace tar. So remember, my sister's body was found December 27 in the morning. When people woke up, they saw the girl body, okay? So they had to keep the body for me to come to Liberia because I wanted to be there to know what happened to my sister. They kept the body. So now it's like January 2nd now. Peace tar messaged me. And God knows, you know, for me, I don't have to speak ill for somebody, whether I know them, I don't know them. I speak the truth, and I don't have no reason to speak ill. Peace tar messaged me. A lot of people message me, my friends from school message me, my friends from college message me, and she said, "I'm sorry for your loss and my condolences to you. Please let me know. Please let me know and the story on it. Please let me know how this goes." I still have the message in my inbox, but I didn't know who she was, so I kept because she messaged me the same thing twice. So I think that day I was on the phone with Emery Nichols, and I said, there was a lady keep messaging me, and I keep getting a call. And I said, I don't know who this person is, but they keep, why? I don't know if they came to say sorry. Why they can just say, they keep calling me. Then he said, send me the screenshot. Let me check the person Facebook. Emery calls me back. He said, oh, that's the general minister of Liberia. You should speak to her. So I come back to her. I say, I'm so sorry. I just found out who you were. Because she didn't introduce herself to me. So I honestly did not know who she was. And it was a new regime. People just got elected and appointed. Right. I did not know everybody's name. So I replied her and I said, thank you for your concern. And I said to her, I said, well, I'm still in the States. I have not got to Liberia yet. But if you're the general minister, I think you should be giving me information on my sister because you work in accordance with the justice ministry. And then I said, I honestly did not know. I still got a message in my phone, and I will send you that message. I said, I honestly did not know who you were. And she turned around and she typed back and said, you didn't see the name to know who I was.
Oh wow.
So as a victim sister, at that point, I lost it. And I messaged her and I said, no, I did not know who you were. And at this point of my sister's death, I don't care to know who you are. I said, but if you are the gender minister, every job or every case that I go to, or every home that I go to, and a child is violated, I must introduce myself. Whether it's a phone call or in person, I must give my badge number, I must give my license number. That's what we do over here. So I didn't know how you expect them to know who you were. I said, one of my friends in advocacy just told me who you were. I can't even message you. And God knows I didn't know who she were because it was a new regime. I didn't know everybody's name. But the fact that a gender minister would tell me, you didn't see my name to know who I was. And after that, I told her, well, I didn't know who you were, you didn't introduce yourself. From that day, I never received a call again. Never.
Wow.
In the Liberia, I was on several radio stations. Put the story in all the papers. Nobody called me. But I will say, Mama Sikaba called the T Marshall show while I was on there. She asked for my phone number. I got off the show, I got in the car, and somebody said, you should call her, that Mama Sikaba, you should call her. And the thing that really broke me when Mama Sikaba came on the phone call and said, my sister, I'm sorry for your pain. And she did express her pain. So as a woman, I connected with her on that level. But when she told me, I understand your pain, I used to be your advocate. It rubbed me wrong. Because you see, advocacy is not a temporary thing. Advocacy is a lifelong journey, because as you finish and you pass the torch to the next person. So you don't get into office and say, I used to be your advocate.
And you know, I'm shocked that you said that, because Mama Sikaba was always calling on my show when I went to Liberia a few years ago, and she was advocating, and to see her quiet and to just mention that I used to be an advocate. I used to be an advocate. That was her word. She said, my sister, let's stay in touch. And you know that I was going on so many things. I was so occupied. I was so overwhelmed. My entire family was like, how I don't talk no more because you go on all these shows. We are scared of your life. So I didn't remember to call everybody back, but I never got a call. But you know what's so funny? I spoke at the Center for Intellectual Exchange. When I spoke there, people told me I should not speak there because there's so much sedition at that place. I don't go to that place. Don't speak there. And I said, no, seditions are Liberians. I want to hear their minds. And I told my story and my sister's story and all our other victims, like Vivian Rear. I'm going to come to Vivian Rear because Vivian Rear and her uncle and myself held our hands at the Central Police Station. I will never forget that moment for Vivian Rear uncle when he walked in the Central Liberian National Police. And my advocate tells me that's Vivian Rear, a 16-year-old girl that was through all the fence. And her uncle, and when he walked in, the police immediately, you come in here every day. We told you that when we get answer, we'll tell you, you keep coming here. He said, but something happened to my niece. And I come here to tell you that you guys don't tell me that the guy sit on the bench. And I said, who your niece? He said, Vivian Rear. My advocate said, that's Vivian Rear. Uncle got been following this story. And the guy looked at me and said, my sister, the bench that you sitting now on, you will sit on it for a long time. Because I've been coming here for a long time. I would just never, there's some veterans people that I met in Liberia, I can never forget them. Because the pain was so raw. Like Odell Sherman's mother, when I met her, and the fact that Liberians in Liberia, the first week that Odell died, people went to the mother, and our advocates from all over the states, joined in. We helped this mother to find a pathologist. But the fact that I sat with Odell's mother for the whole entire week, went to Monrovia, Waterside, when we heard of some of the conferences, and the house is just empty. People pass in her yard. People walk by her house. Nobody don't even ask her, how was your day? How you doing? I feel like the victims kind of need a special committee or a special platform for victims' family, that when something happened, people don't just walk by that nothing never happened. A young girl was violated in Liberia. Said he didn't have all the credentials. We hired a second guy. Nobody don't even ask how was your day? How you doing? You know, we hire a second guy, Ashford, a renowned pathologist in this country who have covered breaking stories in this country. And that pathologist on the Liberia, Liberian people money or the donation. And they help us so many advocates, Mr. Garley. This guy asked for all the semen of all the men that were in the house with the Sherman that night. The government of Liberia have still not produced those semen. And they come back and they make a bogus statement and say our victim died from accidental death. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Are you kidding me? To protect somebody?
Wow.
But the advocates that were on the story, we know the story. We saw the pathologist report. But you know that there will come a time in Liberia when my sister children will have to ask Liberians, That Kamara's son, we had to ask Liberians. My mother died in this country. Our mother died in this country. Let me go back and talk about Prince Kabi.
And Prince Kabi was a drummer in with the church, right?
Drummer what a church in the church name. Oh my goodness, what a church name.
Is that the Dominion Church?
No. Oh, the chapel. What is it called? Little White Chapel? What is it? It's something chapel. But anyway, Prince Kabi, you know the reason why Prince Kabi started it all made it to the paper, and it hurt me to the core because when I got to Liberia, the story had already died in Liberia. But Prince Kabi was a young man, like so many young Liberian children who live with somebody, who draw people water. I think his story is even worse than my sister's story. There's no other story can even be worse than that. But Prince Kabi was brutally, his neck was broken, so many bruises on his body. When I saw the actual pictures from the police station, when a child of a 16, 17-year-old man, a gifted drummer. But because Prince Garley was a child that didn't have a name, he drew water for people. But he had the love for music. Prince Garley died in Liberia, and people said that he had witch. It was a deliverance experience or whatever they call it. A young man died in the center of Monrovia. Then with Linda Sherman. Our 9-year-old just died in October. The story is gone. I'm going to go to Omaru Kamara, the 14-year-old. They say he hung himself. Nothing happened. In the heart of Monrovia, children are dying and nothing happened. You know, my nephew is 19 years old now. He watches the platform. My sister had a son at a very young age. She was like 14 or 13 when she had her first son. He's 19 today. My sister's son goes on this platform. He told me, Howard, don't watch this show. Don't go on there. Don't talk. Because he saw comments like Bobby Benito. What told me on a Facebook platform. And he typed there, and my nephew see the comment and screenshot it. And say, you know what happened, Howard? Your sister I even enjoy how to kill her. And you will be the next one to rip in Liberia. All because of politics. Or Liberian can tell me they were happy that my sister was murdered. A Liberian can call Yada Kamara a prostitute because she was murdered mysteriously. There's so many things that happen. Like, people say, well, you guys talking now. What were you guys now? Anybody that know me, all my international friends that know me, I condemn Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on so many platforms. I used to have speaking engagements when it comes to youth empowerment, African diaspora. I spoke on pages there, and the record is there that I condemn her as a woman first. But you know, the BB drew Howard Taylor said she was violated as a young woman. And I still can't wrap my head around a woman who was violated as a senator, didn't even open a safe house in her county. And now she's a vice president. And there's so many women in leadership. I think George Weah regime is one of the highest regimes that has the most women, if I'm not mistaken, in leadership. Okay? Nobody's talking. And because, you know, and I always wonder, if my sister was Patrick Suru's daughter, would she have laid there in the heart of Teba with no clothes on in her body? And the sad part about it, the clothes my sister was wearing was one of the clothes that I brought her Ashford the year before when we were in Liberia. I bought her those lingerie, those things from Victoria's Secret. I bought her nice things. And the day that she was murdered, that was one of the clothes that she was wearing. But if you saw my sister's body and people, they fight the Liberian people, even Odell Sherman. I'm telling you, there's a pain, there's something that going on in Liberia. I can't even wrap my head around it. My sister had a broken nose. Her lip was split into two. And when you turn her body around, like she was beaten. Not only raped though, but she was beaten. All in her fingernails were dry blood. The face was so swollen that we refused my mother to even see her own child. Then your Liberian forensic comes and tell you, Ashford, they take her body, they roll it over, they bring the body back. There's no lacerations on the body. How can you see a girl that the whole face is swollen, her lip was cut, her nose was broken, and then you say there's no laceration? How can you see a girl that Odell Sherman, when the pathologist tell you that she had excessive post-trauma? And then I see the house already getting. They say she fell from a banister. I have an 8-year-old child that can even fall from where Odell fell from. And common sense tells me she will not even be that injured. Okay? Odell Sherman, not even 25 years old. Excessive force trauma to her head. And repeated And I hope the mother is not watching, because it's like I'm living the moment again. I apologize, Cynthia Sherman, if you're watching this live. Just know that I'm speaking because I want answers, just how you want answers. But if a 3-year-old little girl named Princess can be raped by her mother, the auntie boyfriend, raped to death, and nobody says nothing. The little girl, Brenda, that was raped by the 25-year-old Bible teacher in Liberia, cannot even walk. And people get up in the morning, they go by their normal business, that nothing never happened in Liberia, nothing happening. And our boys are being sodomized, and our girls are being raped. And I want to thank all our advocates and even the people on this platform that gave their money to every cause that you have given your money to. Even my advocates who sent me money when I was in Liberia, you have to put yourself in the victim's shoes to see the pain when somebody sees their daughter, and the daughter is unrecognizable. Cynthia Sherman was one of the moms that I told her, I said, you even stronger than my own mom. That she went to a press conference and she would cry before she go to the press conference. She would wipe her face and she would say, I'm not going to cry till I finish talking. I'm telling you, we got to do better. There is no, I'm so worried that there's no generation coming after us. After this generation, we're going to have children who are broken. Is that Kamara's son? Odell siblings? Odell got 2 beautiful siblings, by the way.
But how from what you experienced in Liberia, from Montserrat to Cape Mount and Bon County, what about the rest of the country? And you just heard me when I listed the statistics about what happened between January and March of 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, I went to the general ministry and I asked for copies because I went to see reports of rape cases. Right. And we don't even know that some of the things also be, some of the killings that happen to be public records. If a citizen go there and ask for those records, it should be visible. I was not allowed to see it. But just the one that I discovered, just the one that I got in my journal, the names of our opinion that I got in my journal from my own discovery, and people that just heard about me on the radio and called me, this is what happened to my child. Nothing happened. Grand G there, a little girl went to draw water, got missing. Nobody knew what happened to her. They found the body. And my little girl in what they placed me, River said, well, hung. I think I even showed the picture on my live. Hung to death. Nothing happened. And her father said, because we don't have money, nobody fought for us. I wrote those names. From 2018 to 2019, how I got 1,085 victims. Wow. And the sad part about it, I have a friend who works at the ministry, the general ministry, a guy who I will not say a friend, I don't know him, that boy, he connected with me on social media. And the guy said, how some of the cases are so bad. The general ministry are even afraid to post them. Can you imagine? They're even hiding some of the stories. You know that? Not all the stories are reported publicly and on their ledger because they don't want people to even know that this kind of thing happened in Liberia. Wow. They hide it. Yes. Wow. Wow. Yes. I mean, it's just so sad. I don't want to keep your time. Other people have to call into the show, but I'm telling you, the thing that I saw in Liberia was gut wrenching. The young woman I saw about JFK, she's not lying about JFK. JFK, in Liberia when they made an announcement on the radio, the people who did not pick up their family members from the hospital and they died. That day when they did it, they were burying all the family members. They were burying those patients who their people did not pick them up. It was one of the saddest things I ever heard. And then they'll come and find out that they morgue in the hospital. Sometimes the freezer don't even work. They buy ice. The ice you got in the bag, Ashford, you can buy for your barbecue, your cookout here. But the ice they can put on the bodies. And they lay there on top of each other. I mean, they sit from that place. You can't even, whatever that lady saw on that show, because I went there for a few seconds and I couldn't even stomach. So the girl that even did that video, she's even stronger than me. Because I went there to the half of the part and I could not stomach what I saw. I could not stomach it. But you know, Liberia has broken so many of us. Some of us choose to not remember, some of us choose to forget, some of us choose to not even think about it. But I had a brother who died from Ebola at Ashford. I never spoke of his story. Because the pain is so deep for me. I can't even go there. Knowing that my brother died waiting on the bed. Liberia has broken so many of us. My brother was 28 years old and he didn't even have a child. He didn't even have one child. My brother died during Ebola. And then my sister dead. My mother is in a state where sometimes I don't even know whether she's there or she's not there. And you talking to her, she is like, even with Delshima, my friend talking to her, it's like she's there, but she's not there. They lose their track of the conversation because the pain is so much that they can't even contemplate on what's going on. It's a terrible feeling. And I pray to God every time that I hope I will be able to get through this process and tie my waist really tight. And it's a reason why I fight so hard. When it comes to the molestation in Liberia, let me tell you something. When people say, oh, you're talking about it now, you know, I was one of those child who I was so happy that I grew up because I was waiting for this moment to be able to tell my story. And the day I will write that book, people are going to be so amazed. There are violators of people that I knew, people that were great in society. You know, I come from a family of educators. My grandfather was a magistrate judge. Anybody that know Bill Mescott know who he was. They call him the Black Rope. But I live in a family with secrets. I went to elite schools in Liberia. I never wrote texting in Liberia. But I was a broken child that I came to America. Because people that violated me, that I even told people that could keep me safe, they hate that story. So every victim that I speak for, every girl, every boy that tells me their story confidentially, some of the story I can't say to you now on this platform because they trust me enough to tell me their story. I speak for them. It's not even about me. I think some of us were made to go through the fire to tell other people how the fire feels. That's what it is. But my own story is not compared to a little girl who was, do you know how it is to be beheaded? A 9-year-old girl beheaded in Nima County? You know how it is to be beheaded? So it's like the people in Liberia who had never even told their pain. Not just me. Like, take me out of the picture. But Prince Kabi never had a family. I don't even know where his family at. He was living with somebody when that death happened. Who knows where his family at? Who knows if his parents are deceased or they're alive? They gave him a way to come live in Monrovia to live with people, and he died like that. Nobody can even fight for him.
What Hawa, we're going back on the field now, but just before we take leave of you, I mean, what keeps you going? Despite all that you've gone through, and beyond that, through your advocacy, what keeps you going? What puts smiles on your face? Because I mean, every time we see you when you appear on the social media, the jovials, and you appear as if nothing has happened to you. Where does the strength come from?
Oh, that's a good question. My strength comes from God. There's no other way I could do it. There's nothing I do that is for my own strength. Everything that I do is dependable on God. Because for me, this is a movement for me. This is a thing I want to carry beyond Liberia. So to let people know what's happening in Liberia, to join forces with other African women who are fighting. You know, like people in Rwanda. Rwanda had one of the largest female activists. You know, and I have people that I've admired but there's so many things that keep me going. Things like, you know, the little girl who wrote me a letter in Liberia and tells me that she wants to be like me. A little girl who came to Hot FM. I was at Hot FM. A little girl heard me on the radio and she wrote me a letter. And I had a chance to meet her. And she told me her story, how she had heard me on the radio and she wants to be an advocate like me. Girls like that keep me going. But then there are other advocates and I was concerned, like there is in the diaspora, who message me, who tells me they stand with me. That keep me going. You know, I joke on your show and I put a lot of funny things in your show. That's very therapeutic. Your show is therapeutic, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but it's therapeutic for me. I forget about the issue sometimes and I can laugh and I can smile. But there's so many women on this platform tonight, like T. Brooks Roberts, Yvonne Eo. I don't want to even call me if I forget people, but that text me every now and then and say, I'm proud of you, keep going, keep fighting. And then there's the people in the little boy that lives in Lofa Vonji, my advocate, Musa Sherry, they're not even 22 years old, and tell me like every time you post something on your page, but it inspires me, empower me. Those people are the ones that keep me going. So yeah, it's all a mixture of people and stuff, but it's a lot of work that we'll do, and we will do the work. You know, because I know there's a little girl, a little boy somewhere in Liberia who is depending on us to change their story. So now I want to give her, I want to close the book and I say, I'm done. But when you have something in you that is burning in you like fire, you can't close that book. So I hope every Liberian on this platform will be able to connect with a child in Liberia. Forget about the politics for a second. Don't worry if their pa is sedition, their mom sedition. I don't care. If a child is violated in Liberia, that child belongs to me. If a young man is violated and killed, that young man belongs to me. I don't care what political party their parents belong to, their family. I don't care what tribe it is. I want us to be able to do like how the Ghanaians did it, Rwandans do it. I mean, I will talk forever if I continue on this platform. But let's engage. Let's engage. Please, let's engage.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much for taking the time. And we are going to quickly rush back to the second and final portion of the game tonight. And hey, thank you so much, Howard. We love you. And keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't follow how one of the narratives she did, and I must give her the kudos for her hard work. You know, I'm kind of so surprised. I really have not been hearing her and the way in which she really display. I mean, she's a concerned lady and advocacy is strong. But the only thing that really discouraged me is about Mama Sikaba issue. Mama Sikaba, where she plays at the gender ministry, I think she play advocacy role. Why would you say I was in advocacy before?
No, you can't blame Mama C, because when you are appointed by the president, or when you get a presidential appointee, a position, right? Then you are no longer a neutral person. An advocate is somebody who is not part of the government, but is there to play a neutral role. But so when you have the president appointing you in a position that you're no longer neutral, you know what I mean? And you can't blame Masika for that. If she had said to the president, I don't want this position because I want to continue to speak up for.
Attach or work with politics because she's a political appointee, right?
So she, I mean, I don't think she was in the wrong by saying that I used to be an advocate, because when you accept a presidential position, I mean, you have relinquished your job as an advocate. So just a little food of thought there.
Okay, but then that would be a bit of quiet too in some of those things that we face with in Liberia. Especially for the gender ministry, that arm should be a powerful arm, and the social welfare arm for government. Should be much concerned about children, models, you know. And we are not saying that it's not a political arm, but they should play the role, because most of the things that Howard made mention are places that gender ministry to play major role in other hands of government.
Okay, that's Habiba. So let us go back to the field of play now and conclude this soccer game. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the field of play where the Lone Star of Liberia has been represented there by the 15 political subdivisions, and then we have societal ills against them. No score to I don't know what the score is. I think 1 goal to 0, eh? And have you
1 goal? Yeah, okay. 1 goal to 0.
So societal ills have 1 and Lone Star 0. Okay. The ball comes to retaliation to abuse of power to selective justice. Selective justice beats woman, puts over the tournament. The ball comes to sex for passing grade to insecurity, aka border wide open. $5 to cross the border. The ball comes to unemployment to hard time to nepotism to trouble to false promises to Boyo to wish hunt. Wish hunt to bribery to wishful spending to human rights abuse. The ball comes to lies to dictatorship to statutory rape, onto corruption. Corruption loses the ball down to counting.
Bone counter, big swap man, puts it over the timber. The ball comes to Grand Jeter. Grand Jeter back to bone counter to the Bombi. Bombi to Grand Crew. Grand Crew to Lofa County. Lofa County, big swap man, puts it over the timber. The ball comes to Magibi. Magibi to Sando. Sando to Grand Cape County. The ball comes to Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa to Monserrado onto Nima. Nima to Maryland. Maryland to Bapolo. Bapolo to the River G. River G back to Bong. Bong to Grand Jeter. Grand Jeter to Grand Crew. Grand Crew to Lofa. Lofa to Nima. Nima looks around. Big swap man. Beats a second. Connects to Timber. The ball comes to Monserrado. Monserrado doesn't get a better hand. The ball comes to false promises. False promises to Boyo. Boyo to Wish Hunt. Wish Hunt to Bradbury. Bradbury to Wasteful Spending. Wasteful Spending to Trouble Listen. Trouble Listen to Nepotism. Nepotism beats one. Puts it to the ball comes to Hard Time. Hard Time to Unemployment. Unemployment to Bodawa Open. Onto Sex for passing grade. Sex for passing grade to Selective Justice. Selective Justice to Abuse of Power. Abuse of Power to Retaliation. Onto Madame to Steal. Madame to Steal to Retaliation. The ball comes to Nepotism. Onto Boyo. Boyo to Grand Jeter. Grand Jeter piece one puts it to the ball comes to Grand Crew. Grand Crew is moving deep in the heart of the field. Grand Crew to Margibi. Margibi back to Lofa. You know, every time we bring about sports, you know, the people come together. They put the political differences aside and work together. And I think that's what Liberia needs right now. Where we can come together and start fighting each other through sports. And the president of Liberia is a sports enthusiast. And I think he's happy right now. The fact that his county is going to the finals. Back to the field of play. Welcome to Retaliation onto Boyo. Boyo to Abuse of Power. Abuse of Power to Selective Justice. Selective Justice to Sex for passing grade. Sex for passing grade to border insecurity. Welcome to Border Wow onto Unemployment. Unemployment to Hard Time. Hard Time to Nepotism. Nepotism to Trouble Losing onto False Promises. False Promises to Boyo. Boyo to Wish Hunt. Wish Hunt back to Hard Time. Hard Time to Unemployment. Unemployment to Nepotism. Nepotism to Abuse of Power. Welcome to Retaliation onto My Time to Steal. My Time to Steal looks around. No, he doesn't make it. The ball has quickly been taken away now by Nima County. Nima County to Monserrado. Monserrado to Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa to Grand Cape Mount. Grand Cape Mount looks around to Sando. Sando to Margibi. Margibi to Lofa. Lofa to Grand Crew. Grand Crew to Grand Jeter. Grand Jeter picks from and puts it on the ball comes to Bon County. Bon County looks around to Margibi. Margibi is moving deep in out of the field. The ball comes to Lofa. Lofa to Nimba. Nimba to Grand Crew. Grand Crew back to Nimba. Nimba to Maryland. Maryland back to Lofa. Lofa to Grand Crew. Grand Crew is moving deep in out of the field. Grand Crew to Maryland. Maryland to Lofa. Lofa to Nimba. Nimba beats one, beats the second. Nimba shoots. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble, and that's the equalizer. One goal to Liberia, goal coming from the leg of Nima County, 2 assists from Lofa, making it 1 goal to the Society L, and 1 goal to Liberia. And Mr. Habiba Clayton, you were just there, and they have spawned a cotton razor for Liberia. 1 goal to Liberia and 1 goal to Society L. What do you make of that goal, Habiba?
I think that goal was very fantastic, and it came. It's a very timely goal, and people are becoming very impatient, and they are forcing that Liberia should be, on the top, because while with Society Hills, we always dominate in the field of play. Yesterday, Society Hills beat Georgia and his Sunshine Guys, and this time around, Society Hills need to be engaged, like how and her team are working seriously in Liberia to see how best they can engage these hills in society, most specifically the harassment of the children, the rape issues, and all that kind of things. So I'm really anticipating Liberia to really engage society here tonight.
That's right. In the meantime, we'd like to say a big thanks to our sponsors for the night. And let me just take time out to recognize a few folks who made it happen for us to be on here tonight. And I'm talking about Mr. James Eric Marshall. We want to say a big thanks to you, Mr. Darlin Warwood. We also want to say a big thanks to Dr. Mariah Satan. Thank you so much for your contribution. And Penn is also in the building. Want to say a big thanks for your contribution as well. Mr. Lamis Shepherd is also here. Thank you so much for what you've done and continue to do. James Jaid is also here. A big thanks to you as well. Miss Edna Yates, want to say a big thanks to you. Beatrice Smith, Patience Choir. And we also like to I said a big thanks to Olu Greer. Olu Greer is here, and Marty Rogers is also here. Thanks for what you've done and continue to do just to keep the station going and to keep our local correspondent going as well. In the meantime, folks, we're into injury stopping time now. One go to Liberia and one go to societal ills. Welcome to corruption. Corruption to statutory rape. Statutory rape to dictatorship. Dictatorship to lies. Lies to human rights abuse. Human rights abuse to wasteful spending. Wasteful spending looks around to bribery. Bribery to witch hunt. Witch hunt to Puyo. Puyo to false promises. The boy comes to tribalism. Tribalism beats woman, beats the second. The boy comes to nepotism. Nepotism looks around to hard time. Hard time to unemployment. Unemployment to insecurity, aka border wide open. $5 to cross. $10 to cross. $15 to cross. $20 to cross. No security in the country. Border security can't get paid. So they have to take bribes to allow people to cross the border with drugs. I'm telling you, the DEA is not doing anything to stop the drug problem in Liberia. The ball comes to sex for passing grades. Sex for passing grades to selective justice. Selective justice to abuse of power. Abuse of power to retaliation. The ball comes to my time to steal. My time to steal looks around to retaliation. Back to nepotism. The ball comes to Boyo. Boyo loses the ball to Boncounty. Boncounty looks around. He making no, he doesn't. The ball is offside. And let us now go to the telephone line. I think we got a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you call from.
I'm Garley calling from Toronto.
Garley Cooper calling from
Toronto, Canada.
Go ahead, make your point, Garley. You're live on the radio.
Yeah. So the Umpale is very interesting because some of the things that are going on in our country. Some of us left our country so long. They have not been in our country. I left the country since 1992. And watching again on the feed, getting to hear most of this news is so sad. It just brought sorrow to me. It's like our country is moving from in the dirty water and we are entering in a mud. And I was so touched by my sister and it brought so much sorrow to me looking at the rape cases in Liberia and looking at the condition in Liberia, and nobody is doing anything for the innocent. No one is talking. There is no justice for the fool. It's so sad today. But anyway, I just pray at least that one day that God will be able to rescue our country. Because sometimes if I sit, I can always wonder and say, or I can think that way when I hear about these stories. Sometimes I ask myself, I say, I know one day we'll just yes, our country. If he's selling the country under us, we won't even know. Because there are a lot of things that are going on in our country. It's like we're really moving from in the dirty water and going into the mud. Like our president don't even have feeling for us. He don't care. He only takes us. He only cares for himself. Why should we live like this? Liberia. See Liberia, Mama Liberia that would know where we came from. And Liberia is the least today. It's too pitiful. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to start from. But I just tell God, thank you. Like most of the time I come on your show to just make myself feel happy because on the feed, you sending your little waste and power to make the boys tend to come quick. And you know, I always to get 7. But now we're saying it's sad. We just have to pray for our country.
Thank you, God.
The value will fall. There is no unity in our country. Not at all. We don't love one another. But it's never too late. If we come together in one accord, God can say how much it and bring unity in our country. That's all I get to say. But now we're saying, anybody selling cold beer on the feet, I never found out to come and tell.
Well, we're gonna go around the field to see who has cold beer. I say, Habiba, you know anybody who's selling cold beer on the field? You know anybody who's selling cold club beer on the field? Agnes Benson, you know anybody who's selling beer? NP, you know anybody who's selling beer? Oh man, you know, despite all the sad stories, you know, she had to make make us live. You know, that's a good thing. What? That's right. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
And we are into injury stopping town now, folks. Here at the SKD Sports Complex. 1 goal to Liberia and 1 goal to Societal Ills. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Bradbury. Bradbury to wasteful spending. Wasteful spending to human rights abuse. Human rights abuse to dictatorship. Dictatorship is starting to rape onto corruption. Corruption back to lies. Lies to deceit. Onto Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt looks around. Thinks one man puts it with a teammate. The ball comes to Troublers, and will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball has been taken away now by Boyo. Boyo loses the ball to Bon Counter. Ball comes to shoot. Sends it far downfield. It doesn't go too well. The ball comes to Lebose Babon. Lebose Babon to Gorilla Foster Child. Gorilla forces out to Koshia, called onto Papa Drink Mama Happy. The ball comes to lies, onto sex trafficking. The ball comes to police brutality. Police brutality. Beast one puts it in the 10-minute bucket, the money laundering. Money laundering. Oh, the boy is outside. And hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you called from.
Oh, I'm Jerome calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, Jerome, welcome to the show, my man. The game is on. Liberia has one, and Society also have one. What is on your mind?
Wow, the game is rough tonight. I'm enjoying the game. Thank you very much. Yeah. I listened to all the ladies that were speaking, Awa and the other ladies that called from that you played a recording. I asked a question when there was a guy was online on Facebook, and they said, "Oh, Joe, we are dedicating honorable role, this and that." And I asked a question. I said, "So, all Liberia development will be only on road? Now, look how thank you. Look how the hospital, people's lives are being destroyed, and all they do is focusing on road. The only development is that Opon is taking credit on now, but people's lives they don't care about that. And now I just want to share a short story because this thing happened either last week, Monday or Friday, when I have my baby mom that I left in Liberia. When something happened, she was giving problem to the mom, and the mom called. He said, "Okay, I can't leave you in the yard because I don't want you to cause no problem. So I'm going to call the police to come and take you to the station. And when I'm coming from work, I will pick you up from the police station." So when she went, when the police came and took her in, after 15 minutes, they came running back to the mom and said, "Oh," the mom said, "What happened?" They said, "They brought the story that I heard. It's not final yet. I'm still checking the story, so that's why I'm not even going. I'm not even told nobody on Facebook to publish it." So they said that the girl hang herself in the cell. You just took my daughter 15 minutes. You running back. You say she hang herself in the cell, and the mom said they have a little yellow cloth rope in their hand. They say this is the rope she used to hang herself. So wow. the mom was so confused. Now the next day they went to the police station for investigation, and the boys that the mom called to take her in, they said they couldn't bring the boys to be investigated. The mom said, "No, I want the boys. I want to ask them how my daughter died." And they said when they went there, they saw her no clothes on her, lying down. So now that's the case they're running after. But as I say again, Liberia is going on the left side of life.
Okay.
Everything that's happening there, it should be glorified upon. It's nothing about the citizen.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. And thanks for calling as well. Okay?
All right.
We're into injury stopping time now. The ball comes to police brutality. Police brutality looks around to money laundering. Money laundering to borrow in Asia. The ball comes to budget shot for onto D-hole, cover hole. The ball comes to Drunker, aka Vavon. Vavon looks around to unemployment, onto hard time, hard on the drugs abuse to Weabola to Wisuruku to Kumujumuku onto Kukatono to sex trafficking. Welcome to Wasteful Planet. Wasteful Planet looks around, he loses the ball to Boncounter. Boncounter to Nima to Margibi to Bakpolo onto Grand Gita to Maryland to Sando to Grand Crew. Grand Crew doesn't make it. The ball comes back to police brutality. Police brutality to the sex trafficking to Labose Babon onto Gorilla Foster Child. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to statutory rape to Weabola. Weabola looks around, Beast Man puts on the Timber. The ball comes to Border Wide Open. Beast Man puts on the Timber. The ball comes to Opion King Kong Beast One puts it over the Timber. The ball comes to Papa Drink Mama Happy. And folks, that's how we come to the end of the game tonight. One goal to Liberia and one goal to Societal Ill. God willing. And this is how we go on for the rest of the week. We will appear Monday night with a fresh, brand new edition of the program Ashford Garley Live. With that, we're going to go back to our man in Liberia who is still up at this time. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning to give us his parting comments. Mr. Habiba Clinton.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you very much for this innovative role. Again, tonight you are made my night, and sometimes it got me sometimes off until somewhere around about 6 o'clock. And where I'm at now, I won't sleep. I can tell you, I'm going to be up on this 6 because some of those things that can be really,
Okay.
It's it help to ease down some of your mental tension, and also highly educated, and those who have been listening to us and our audience getting water every day. So I'd like to say thank you very much and have a pleasant good night. And
you enjoy the rest of the weekend. We'll see you back on the radio next Monday, but I'll be talking to you at the weekend as well.
God willing.
My man. And folks, those are the time we have to be with you. God willing, we'll be back on the Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, folks, tough times don't last. Tough people do. The heart of a man is never known until he rises. And there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra in a swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from beef and bucket. When God bless you, don't see that medicine. And this has been yours truly, the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. As for the giant, that now you know me, Garley. Have a good night.
Honorer la Sanja. Alex Fumuzi.